Northwestern Uganda. Spreading inland from the shores of Lake Albert around the Victoria Nile is a vast territory of almost 4,000 square kilometers. Considered to be one of the most beautiful regions in the country, this is Murchison Falls National Park. 20 years ago, there wasn't much wildlife to be seen here. Most large animals were slaughtered during the bloody Civil War of the 1980s. But now the tide has turned, and animal populations have returned to Murchison. Biologist Tutillo Rutumba is tracking their progress. His team has fitted radio collars to several lions. Tutillo's assistant Sophie tries to locate a signal. Tutillo works for the WCS, the American-based Wildlife Conservation Society. He observes how prides of lions hunt and defend their territory. The biologists have tracked a large male to less than 20 meters away. They are following 4 prides of lions whose territories are all in the immediate vicinity of the Nile. Around 8 hours of every day are spent observing the animals from their car. Sophie and Tutillo estimate that around 130 lions live in Murchison Falls National Park, which is now their last stronghold in Uganda. This female is enjoying last night's prey, a Ugandan cob. Migrating antelopes are a rare feast. Lions stick to their territory, so they only have the chance to hunt antelopes when a herd passes through. Otherwise, smaller prey like warthogs are on the menu. Sunset means bright colors and the return of a cool breeze. Animals that were resting during the day become active around this time. With the arrival of the golden hour, Sophie and Tutillo set out for their night shift. They're on the lookout for one particular animal, the 3-legged lion of Murchison Falls. One year ago, Tutillo found him caught in a poacher's trap. Although he was able to rescue him, the vets had to amputate his leg. After being cared for and treated with antibiotics, he was returned to the pride. Much to the researchers' surprise, he is now fully integrated again. Usually after something like this, a lion will be banished from the pride. Tutillo switches on the red light. The color spectrum is hardly visible to lions, and so it won't irritate them. One of the lions has hunted down an antelope. As usual, the boss has the right to feed first. A female approaches hesitantly, but she needs to wait until the male has had his fill. On average, a dominant male leads his pride for 2 years before being ousted. In Murchison Falls, however, this tenure can be much shorter. The 3-legged lion was lucky, but many animals meet a worse fate, caught in the deadly wires of poachers' traps. With the first rays of light, the nocturnal hunters disappear. The national park is an increasing source of conflict as settlements are being built all around it. The border of the park is virtually unguarded. There is no ban on fishing, boats are numerous, and at night, poachers can cross the river and get into the park. Their traps are usually meant for antelopes, but the wire doesn't discriminate. Trapped lions like this one can suffocate in a bid to secure their freedom. Tutillo has destroyed dozens of traps during the course of the day, but he does understand the poachers. Life here is a struggle. There's often no employment or other means of supporting a livelihood. Kozeluh pulls out a tooth. It will help him analyze the lion's state of health before its death. Wires like these make deadly traps. The more the animals struggle to free themselves, the more the trap's grip tightens. The steel wire is so strong, it's unbreakable, even for an elephant. This young bull is attempting to care for its wound, but it's too late. The vet will have to amputate its trunk. Dozens of elephants are trapped each year and suffer horrific injuries. This giant was able to escape by himself, but its leg is locked. The elephants in Murchison Falls National Park are constantly falling victim to poachers and ivory hunters, and yet their population is steadily increasing. In the early 1990s, there were only 300 elephants left in the park. Today's head count is more than 1,000. As well as devastating the wildlife population, the Civil War saw soldiers destroy the park's buildings and infrastructure. But with changing times, the tourists have returned, proving that wildlife protection is not only worthwhile, but also profitable for the entire region. The profits made by the national park are used to benefit the local population, conserving the livelihoods of both humans and animals, so that they can continue living side by side. Click the link below if you want to know more about the WCS and their work. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the bell button if you haven't already. There's more content on nature and conservation topics coming up.